Hi, so the next video is about recital day. This year we have 4 shows at North Shore Dance Academy. We felt it necessary to go to 4 shows to be able to give your children the opportunity for as many of their family and friends to come to the show as possible. So we had to split up the cast 4 ways to free up some of that seating for you. We have 2 shows on Saturday, May 20th, and 2 shows on Sunday, May 21st. Please do your research to know which show or shows your children are performing in. If you come to me or Linda or any one of the staff, we will have to do the same thing you will have to do and go to the wall and read the wall and figure that out. We're happy to help you with that, but none of us really know offhand which shows everybody is in. It's just too much information for our brains, and we also don't want to be responsible for making a mistake and sending you to the wrong place. So if you have any questions, please let us know. The doors to the auditorium will open 1/2 hour prior to showtime. Please, 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 especially if you are in the second show of the day, do not come to the auditorium 3 hours ahead of the show time. The tickets are general admission. However, every seat's a good seat at Lawrence High School. The graduated seating system that they have provides a full view of the stage no matter where you are sitting. If you arrive for the 4:30 show too soon and the 12 o'clock show is still happening, there's no way for us to be able to provide your child a dressing room, be able to give you a good line, to get into the auditorium. So 1 hour ahead should be plenty of time. Some of you that like the front seat, 1.5 hours at the most. Just keep in mind that there are other things happening, so you want to make sure that you're not coming so early that you're stopping us from doing what we need to do in order to prepare for the show. So, having said that, please do arrive on time. The famous question is, what time is my child dancing? My answer is always going to be to give you the time the show begins. I don't want to be responsible for you being late if you're choosing to arrive to the auditorium not at the beginning of the show. So my famous line is each routine is about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. So if you want a more specific time of when your child is dancing, you can do the math and figure that out, but I don't want to give you a time that is inaccurate. So you received in your email a listing of each show, okay? So that will let you know if your child is in the first half or the second half of the show. If your child is in the first half of the show, when you get to the auditorium, you should bring them to the dressing room area to be left with their chaperone, and then you can go find your seats. You will be responsible for picking up your children at intermission unless the chaperone has told you otherwise. Okay? So the general rule is to drop them off prior to the show beginning and pick them up at intermission. Then they can go and sit with you in the auditorium and watch the second half of the show. If your child is in the second half of the show, they should find their seats with you for the first half, sit and watch and enjoy, and then go to the dressing room during intermission so that they're ready for the second half of the show. The entire cast is involved in the finale. So about 4 or 5 routines before the end of the show, I will make an announcement if there are any dancers in the auditorium that would like to be involved in the finale. Please report to the dressing rooms at that time, so that everybody gets to the place that they need to be in order for that finale to happen. Your chaperones might have special requests for you. Check in with them about that. If you want to leave your phone number with them, you can do that as well. Each chaperone kind of has their own system and their way of doing things, and we allow them to do that. So just check with them about what their needs are and make sure that you make things simple for them. On recital day, there is absolutely no flash photography and no videography allowed. It's very disturbing for the kids to look out into the audience and see flashes or red lights or green lights. It's very distracting. We want them to be at their best. The show is being professionally videographed, so you are able to purchase a video of the show. We sent out the order form for that. We're collecting them at the desk. You can also order them that day with the videographer. They have a table that will be set up. So you have the opportunity to capture that day of special performance. You are allowed to take photos without flash as long as they are from your seat and discreetly. We don't want you disturbing the guests around you. The person directly behind you might be watching their child as well. So common courtesy, being polite to our neighbors, feel free to take photos from your seat without the flash and discreetly. Please try to stay seated as much as possible and keep your conversations down. This show is for these kids. We try to make it as close to Broadway as we possibly can, not only so that they can show off their talents, but so that you can have a wonderful, wonderful show to view. So please keep that in mind. Stay seating, and stay in your seats, and try not to make a lot of commotion. If you will be leaving your seats to go and help the chaperones change your child, I ask that you sit on an outside, just so that it doesn't disturb the people around you when you leave your seats. I'm looking at the recital tips that I gave you. It seems like I've covered all of that. I hope that this day is enjoyable for you. I remember growing up, recital was more important to me than my birthday even. It was just the best day of the year for me. Something that I worked so hard for all year. I tell the kids all the time that the recital audience is the best audience because everybody in the audience is Team NSDA, and everybody is rooting for everyone else's children, and it's just such a great environment to be in. Enjoy it. Don't be stressed. Leave the stress to us. Enjoy the show. Enjoy your child's performance. Enjoy the performances of the other children. See the youngest dancers and where your child has come from, and the oldest dancers and where they're going, and just make it so special for them. My parents did such a great job at making it so special for me that it's still the most important day of my year. Okay? Have a wonderful day.